few weeks ago, I toured the Stanley Hotel with my wife and a couple of friends. For those who don't know, the Stanley Hotel is where Stephen King got the idea for The Shining. Stay tuned to the end of this video for more information on that. The tour we took was the Stanley Hotel Night Tour. The website describes it as such. Immerse yourself in the history of the Stanley Hotel after dark. The Stanley Hotel Spirited Night Tour is a 60-minute walking tour that will take you through the dark edges of the hotel. It is a unique way to experience the hotel's spirited tales with a knowledgeable storyteller under the ambiance of nighttime in the Rocky Mountains. Each tour offers you opportunities to explore, ask questions, and perhaps leave with a few stories of your own. They won't go into guest rooms, and out of respect for their guests, the night tour will never go onto guest floors, which is different from when I took it in the past, because I've been on this tour 3 or 4 other times. I live in Denver, Colorado, so it's like an hour and a half, 2-hour drive to Estes. But in the past, we've never gone into the room, but we've gone up onto the floors, and they've shown us like all the different floors that you can kind of see how creepy and weird they are. And I have pictures that I can put up of my past visits to the Stanley Hotel. This one had no times that we went into the guest rooms, but I mean, you can just go up there and look if you really want to. I don't know if they really want you to. They used to have a sign that says only guests are permitted up onto the guest room floors. This time they didn't, but I would assume they don't want you just running around, taking pictures and making a lot of noise. In the past, though, I have stayed there, so technically I was a guest there, even though it was not in the older one. Where the tour started was right under the lobby. We kind of go in, you can go in either way, either the front door in the lobby, or you can go in kind of in a basement-y area, but it's a very nice, cozy little area. When you walk in, you go past a coffee shop and like a chocolate shop, which we did buy chocolate in afterwards, which was really nice. You check in, and then the tour guide is there to then get you once everybody is there, and he gives you the whole spiel of kind of what the tour is going to be, where you're going to go, stay with the group. If you need to leave, they can call somebody, all the normal tour stuff. But he did say that we cannot film him directly, so that's why you don't see the actual tour guide in the video, because he said that he could lose his job if we ended up putting something of him on there. So I purposefully only recorded the stuff in between the tour guide talking. And I've been there enough to where I don't know as much as somebody who essentially lives there, but I've been there enough to where I kind of know the general area of the stuff, and I can explain it to you guys after the fact, which was my plan, which is what we're doing now. So now I'm going to talk about kind of more just what is in the video. I don't know if I said this or not, but I have a video that I did put up here that is my tour, just kind of no commentating, no words or anything like that other than what's in the video, just because I wanted to give you a sense of kind of what the tour was without anybody talking. But that's what I'm doing now, and I can explain stuff. And if anybody has any questions that I haven't answered in this video, you can ask it in the comments, and I can make another video and answer any questions that anybody has. And the tour guide gave me access to a whole photo library of paranormal pictures and videos that people have taken, and he showed us some on the tour, but he gave me access to that to where if there are enough questions to warrant another video, I can also show pictures that other people have gotten that show some really, really creepy, really cool paranormal stuff during their tour that they've been at the Stanley Hotel. One actually kind of looked like Gollum, and it was very creepy, very weird. There were some children, there were some drawers opening. I can just show you some of those videos and those pictures if there's enough interest in it. If anybody wants to see it, I can make another video answering questions about what kind of happened on the tour and what different things are, and then show bonus pictures and videos that were taken by other people that I have access to. But like I said, we start in this room where the tour guide kind of gathers us up, gives us a talk about what to do, what not to do on the tour, all that kind of stuff. And has a lot of different Shining memorabilia, different pictures of the Stanley Hotel, the owner, all this stuff, because they just super embrace the Shining, but they also have a history of the hotel that they embrace as well. So it's a combination of Shining, Stephen King fairy stuff, as well as the history of the people who actually made the hotel and the founders and the owners. If you want to know more, stay to the end of this video for more information on the actual history of the Stanley Hotel and of the making of the Shining. This video is going to primarily just be the tour that I took. Okay, and so after you leave the little intro area, we then walk outside, and it was super cold. We're in the mountains. It's Estes Park, Colorado, so you can kind of get a shot of kind of see what the little city is. And then we're walking outside. They still have some lights up, which is really cool. And what we're doing is we're walking to another building. The building we were in was kind of the basement of the original building where Stephen King would have stayed, would have been in the building that we start in. And so then it starts out, we're in basically the hotel area, and then we're moving on to a concert hall after that. And so then, yeah, the picture of the concert hall is shown, and then we walk into the concert hall. And I've actually seen a concert there before. I saw Kevin Bacon and his brother back in 2019, I think. So, and that was the last time me and my wife were there. So it's been about 6 years ago, which is crazy. But back in 2019, I don't know if we probably toured it, but we mainly saw a concert there. And I actually have a shirt that I bought from the Bacon Brothers because it was a fun concert. It was Kevin Bacon up there dancing, singing Footloose in the daytime, which we were pretty much the youngest people there, but it was still a really fun experience. But I bought this shirt, the Bacon Brothers, Kevin Bacon and his band. If they're still touring, go see them. If not, it was a fun experience. So yeah, we go into the concert hall. It was dark. They kept the ambience really spooky and really cool, which is, what you want on a haunted tour like this. And then the picture of the random light that I have there, I believe, I don't really feel like looking this up, but I believe what the guy said was, this is a very special light that modern day would cost about $3 million. He said no electrician in Colorado would touch it. So I think he said they fly people in from other places to fix it, but it's like that light alone is like $3 million. That's why I took a picture of it, because I thought that was very different that I think from the original construction of this building, which was like for some reason I want to say 1908. Watch the other video that I have of The Shining, and I go into the super detailed history of that. But crazy expensive light. Yeah. So then after that, we were in the main part of the concert hall. It's like all dark and spooky. Then we go up these stairs. There's posters of different things that have happened at this venue. And so you go up the stairs, and it's, again, they keep it very dark and spooky. This tour started at like 8 o'clock, and in the mountains in January it gets dark quick, so then you kind of see just how dark it is. And then eventually I started putting my flash on, and other people started having their flash on and everything, where you could actually see. So my friend took a picture from the top of the concert hall, like the balcony section, and kind of took a nice little picture, and you can see the entirety, a beautiful kind of landscape of where you would sit for a concert. And it's really creepy because the tour guide is standing kind of by some curtains by where you kind of go down to the green rooms where we're going next. And it looks like there's like a spirit, like, because the way he's just standing, like all rigid, I kind of thought it was a spirit at first. I'm like, no, that's just our tour guide. He's just standing there. And then we go down into the concert hall. He told us some stories and showed us some pictures. Then we go down to my favorite part, underneath the concert hall in the green room. This is where, in my other video, I talk about me talking to a spirit and a door closing. This is where that happened, underneath the concert hall. And some other creepy stuff happened here too. There's a little closet area in this green room where you see the couch and everything like that, where all the people would have been, like, who are performing. There's a closeted area that goes back to where it's like really, it looks like a cave, and it just keeps going back. They said that there is a spirit there. It would have been before Stephen King wrote The Shining, because when he wrote The Shining, it brought a lot more attention back to the Stanley Hotel, and more people were coming to it, and they were able to make repairs and actually make it a viable hotel again. Because before it was like falling down, and it was just not good. Homeless people were like living there. They're in like encampments were inside of there. So there was this one girl, they think she was like in her like early 20s. They believe her name was Lucy. She was a squatter, and they think she was living in this little cave area in the closet part, and so she would try to stay there and not die. They eventually found her, kicked her out, and they're pretty sure she just like froze to death, because the winter in Colorado mountains can get to be like, -10, -20, and you're in the mountains, unforgiving, harsh wilderness. It's not good. So then her spirit is here, and so she's the one, I'm pretty sure, shut the door on me before, whenever I was talking to her. And then if we go to the Lollipop, I don't remember where I was. I just got up to go get this. The Lollipop that you see in the video, this is the one I wanted to save it, because it's very appropriate too. It's a mystery lollipop dum-dum. They said that she really likes lollipops and dum-dums. That's why we're like holding it like this, because they say she will come by, or any of the like children ghosts. I've heard this before in other ones too, that the children ghost will come by and like move it. And I have videos that I have access to that I can show you in the next video if people want. It kind of looks like it's like moved, but it actually, the way that it shows in the other videos is they're really moving. But this is the one from the video. I wanted to keep it to kind of show. I'll probably now give it to my son, who likes lollipops, but he eats enough sugar as it is, so I don't really know if he needs it. But yeah. But all that being said, while I was standing there, we kind of waited for people to kind of clear out of the room, and I was holding the lollipop there, and my wife was standing right beside me. I'm just focusing on the lollipop, and she felt it too, but there was just a presence, like an essence that we were feeling, like this. Just thinking about it, just the hairs on my arm are just like standing up, the back of my neck and everything. It felt honestly just like electrifying, and that there was just something there. That's why I'm saying it's like, oh, like, are you here? Like hi Lucy, like how do you remember me? Like I feel it, it's here. It's like, it was really like, it was an intense feeling. I've felt similar like that before, but I think like I felt that's the most that I've really felt before, is the just her presence, and the fact that my wife was also feeling it too kind of showed me that there was something there, and that is the room before she actually moved the door. I wish I was filming that time too, but I wasn't as conscious of trying to show other people this before. But it was just, if you go there, that's the place where I've felt it the most, was under the concert hall in the green room. And so that specific room, that place, that specific spirit, I've just felt like every time I've been there, there's been at least twice where I've had like an interaction, and like other times where I'm pretty sure that there's been something there. And yeah, so it's just that's kind of why I just focus on the video, on that dum dum for that whole time, was because that, for me, that was the highlight of the entire time, was in that room. There's some other creepier parts later on that we're going to talk about, why they're creepy, why the things were there, and some other spirits that people have talked about. But for me personally, the part where I'm holding this dum-dum was the most intense part that I had the whole time. I apologize if it was boring for you to watch, but for me, that was the most interesting and intense part. Okay, so after Lollipop, we then go to where there's some at the bottom of the, kind of by the green rooms, but like you keep going down a hallway, they have some different memorabilia. There's like a shining like 217 with like an axe through it, that I took a picture of, that I thought was funny. There were people that were putting their face in there, kind of like the "here's Johnny" part of the Shining. There are some mirrors there. One I wanted to show you, like, look, it's actually me who's there doing this. They also said that people will get some paranormal results and ghosts and stuff through the mirror if you're like taking pictures and videos. So I wanted to like capture those, so where everything in this hotel is old and there's some touch to it. So again, it's still dark because that's what we're trying to do here. Then we leave the concert hall and we make a trek outside, and we kind of go past different buildings, and we're kind of looking at stuff. Then we go back inside to where we started, and it's one of the creepier parts, I think. The guy who built the Stanley Hotel, he had tuberculosis. He went to the mountains. He got healed from it. He then built a hotel and spa treatment place for other rich people to come. And so they had very, very wealthy people coming from all over the United States and the world to get healed and to feel better. And so because of these rich people, at that time, it was like the 1900s, they did not want the servants to interact with them at all or see them, so they had tunnels underneath. So this is kind of the little tunnel system, and it's built upon, I believe, granite rock. And I heard in past tours that they have a theory that that's kind of like why all the spirits and all the like energy is kind of so intense there, is because of that specific rock. It has like a charging sense of all the spirits and stuff like that. So depending on if you believe that, that's one hypothesis of like the spirits and the energy. It's the foundational and like the rock and stuff. So you can kind of see how disgusting and how not well kept that little part is. The irony is, if you keep going further, that's where the break room for the employees is there. So the servants essentially still have to go down there to not be seen by the people who are staying there and doing stuff there. So, but there are some interesting pictures that I've seen in this little area here. Like I said before, there was one on about like a golem type figure that was like in the little crawl space up there. But this part is creepy because it's dark. There's no lights there really. And then we can just take our pictures with flash or without flash. So I kind of tried to do a mix of both and show you like the different crawl space spots there. They've had children run around there. They've had other like servants, other like bakers and different people who work there. They've had different paranormal encounters in this little spot too. But it's a really creepy, really weird spot because it's underneath this like 4-star hotel. You see this where unless you take the tour or you work there, you don't really get access to it. I still don't know why this weird horse-drawn carriage thing is there, but it's creepy, and I think that's why they have it there. Then after we saw the weird, creepy stuff underneath, they then take us up to the lobby. He tells us some things in the lobby. I forget what it was because it's stuff I've heard before, just like some history and stuff like that. So then here's what the lobby looks like where you check in at. There's some access to different restaurants. If you go to different parties there, because they have Halloween parties, New Year's parties, which I would love to go to. This is they actually filmed Dumb and Dumber here. So then that's one thing he does. Like Jim Carrey stayed in, I think it was 217 where Stephen King stayed, and he tried to stay the night there, and he lasted like 4 hours and left, and he hasn't told anyone about it. He had a weird experience, and so yeah, the Dumb and Dumber film was here, the hotel, so it's another iconic film part here. But this is the picture of the lobby, which I think is really pretty and really cool. And then the stairs, the kind of going up, it goes up one and then goes up two. In previous tours, they took us up there. The Shining tour might take people up there, which I want to take again. That would be cool. But then yeah, here's the more pictures of the lobby. The reason there's a car in the middle of the lobby is because that's where the money came from to build this hotel originally. Is the guy F.O. Stanley with his twin brother. They built steam engines and made a bunch of money off of cars and photographic plates, I believe. So they had two businesses and made a ton of money, came out to Estes and built this hotel. That's why there's a car in the middle of the lobby there. So yeah, then we go outside and they took us somewhere I'd never been before. So this was actually really cool. He said, our tour guide, that two things make this creepy. One, there is a ghost, I think it was a little boy, that they call him Dennis the Menace. And he'll just be sitting there. You'll see glowing red eyes when you walk in there. And there's a presence and he just like messes with you. And it's really creepy and really scary. Two, the people from, I believe, Bloomhouse had a party there and they just left a bunch of stuff there. That's where the guy with the weird mask that looks like someone's about to kill you pops up. That's why there's a combination of those two things and why that house was particularly creepy. They have pictures of the Stanley Hotel, me with a mirror showing you that I was actually there. And then we're just kind of walking and then boom, creepy baby mask there. And then in the next room, there's like another black mannequin thing. Another weird room that looks like people are on shrooms. That's behind me. Down the hallway, there's a mirror, like I said, with the Dennis the Menace guy. And it was really, really weird and creepy. But I love my wife so much because she waited for everybody to leave that area because she's like, I wanna meet and see Dennis. I want to feel him. So then we like waited to like see. She's like, turn off your camera, turn off the light. And so then we were like standing there while everyone else was like back at the start of it, and we were just kind of waiting to see if we felt anything or something. There were a couple times where I did like feel a little like creeped out in here, but we never actually saw like the glowing weird red eyes that they were talking about. But I love her so much because she was like, I want to feel this guy. I want to see him. Want this to be here, and it was funny. It was awesome. That's why I love her. And the reason that there's so much just like junk there too is because that's kind of what it is. It's just like a junk room, a storage area. Then at the very end, they have a thing. It's the International Cryonics Museum. There's an actual dead guy that is in that little silver tube right there. And there's a festival and a whole thing with that. It's like the Frozen Dead Guy Festival. There's a whole history there. I'm just going to be paraphrasing, so I'm sorry if I messed this up. The guy wanted to be frozen after he died. His like son or son-in-law or some type of relatives kept him on dry ice after he died. They then kept him frozen in some different type of way, and then really just in the past couple of years, they put him on an actual like, I think it's Alcor is the company. They actually put him in like a real cryogenic tube thingy. They then transported him to Estes Park and put him in this cabin part thing here. And there's a whole like festival. It's like a music festival and a whole like weird thing going on. I don't know. It'd be interesting to go to, but that's what that is. If you're wondering, it has nothing to do with the Stanley Hotel or Stephen King or any of that stuff, but that's what that is. Why not? It's interesting. Like I said, if that's another thing you could do if you go to Estes Park and the Stanley Hotel, do it. I think they have a whole tour of it if you really want to know it. Then the final part, we're back in the lobby, but they used to take you, I don't know if they do this in the Shining tour or another historical tour that you can take there, but they used to take you back to this last part here too, to where you walk around this part, and I think this is where they do receptions and different parties. You can go all the way in and you look around. They told us stories of different things that happened here. So I wanted to get a shot of like, you used to be able to go over here. It's like blocked off with like a rope to where that's why nobody's there. Yeah, you used to be able to go in this part at the very end. And again, here's the lobby from a different angle from where I'm showing. That piano, they've had it play by itself before. But yeah, that's it for my commentary of the tour that I took. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you want to see more pictures and have another video of me answering questions. And if you want to see the additional pictures that I have, because there's some really weird, creepy ones, so I think you'd want to see them. I didn't really get a lot of paranormal or like weird pictures, but there's some out there that I have access to in this little photo library that this guy gave me, so I can show you. I think it's worth it. If you have questions, again, let me know. And until next time, thank you for watching.